Is it gonna be like an interview mode or like?
No, it's just gonna be like people hanging out, like a couple of guys up to no good, trying to have trouble in the neighborhood. All right, that's a pretty good frame.
It's a good frame and it's a good front-facing thing.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. It's cool.
Okay, state your name. I'm just kidding.
Are we recording?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's recording. It's on. It's recording. We've started. Hello and welcome to the Graduate Report. My name's Danny. This is my friend Z. I call him Z because I can't say his real name, but he's going to tell that to us now. Let's use that. What is your real name? How does that?
My real name is Dulfaqar. That's how you spell it in Arabic, but it's Dulfikar if you want to, make it an English possible pronunciation.
That sounds like John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. It's like the most English name.
Something close.
Yeah, Dulfaqar, right?
Dulfaqar, yes.
All right. I'm going to call you Z.
Do you want to know the
I'm just going to go with... No, what is the meaning? There's a meaning? I thought it was just like...
It is.
All right.
It's an ancient sword.
Ah.
An ancient sword, yeah, that had two endings. Like, it's a normal sword with two endings.
Okay.
That's called, that was actually...
And what's its primary purpose? To disembowel children, or...?
Actually, how they put it in, like, movies is, like, when someone is hitting you, you can just put it...
Ah!
Hit you in the
so
middle.
it splits?
Yeah, it splits, yeah.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I've seen that.
I've seen it in movies,
Musketeers, the Three Musketeers, the bad guy always has one of those.
No, it's actually the good guy.
The good guy?
Yeah, it's a good guy. So.
Well, we agree to disagree, I guess.
Maybe it is a black guy, I don't know.
All right, I've written down some questions. Now, here's the thing. Danny, right, from America. You are from Iraq.
Yes. So we're like the mortal enemies.
Sort of, well, we did fight a war. Kind of, not really.
For peace.
Yeah, for peace. We, you're welcome. Right? Freedom. Not really, huh?
Yeah, we were waiting for the roses. Someone told us there will be roses. I don't know, where did that go? Didn't go to the roses.
I feel like I should apologize on behalf of America for, I don't know.
For destroying our country? Is that what you're going to do?
Did we? Really? Is that what we did?
No, you didn't.
No, I mean, we did our best.
Yeah, we had like inner conflicts that had this, maybe...
I don't want to get too political. This isn't, we could get into that. I'm sure you have your, but I don't want to put you in the position to have to speak for all Iraq. And I'm certainly not the voice of America. All right, so you were born, where in Iraq were you born?
I was born in a little city called Samara. Mm-hmm. So that's also an ancient, there is always an ancient story in Iraq because like 5,000 years old or something like that. It's a very ancient place. So I was born in a city called Samara, and it's a very small city, but it has a very weird combination of ancient history that is interesting to my part of the people.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know. You don't want to get
different people there.
You don't want to get too political,
no,
so I'm not gonna
like,
name.
Okay, well, when you say something like that's interesting to my people or my part of the people, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about Sunni and Shia people.
Okay.
So, like we're two divisions. But
I've heard.
Yeah, so it's important for both people because actually it's not very important. Samara.
Yeah.
So it's not very important to our.
Was like an old book found there, or?
No, there is a throne.
A throne.
Not a throne.
Like
what is the place called for?
Of iron
a grave
swords?
of someone important. What is it called?
A tomb.
A tomb. Yeah. So there is a one for a person that means a lot to the more. Actually, it means a lot more to the Shia people than the Sunni people. So it has.
Is this something we would fight a war over?
It actually happened in 2006.
Not recently.
The throne, or is the shrine?
Shrine could be a shrine is more of like you build something like that to worship an ancestor or a god. That's what a shrine is. A tomb is where you put the body with all of like the shit.
But what if people visit it? So it's a shrine.
You can visit a tomb as well. It depends on what they do when they're there, I guess. If it's a shrine, like you go there to worship. Yeah. Or to pay homage to, or to, that would be more of a shrine. Whereas a tomb is just kind of where they put the dude and they close it off, and like
I think it's a
the
shrine.
family goes there
It's a
and
shrine
just
because it
goes,
has-
remember him.
Oh yeah.
So a shrine.
It's a shrine because it has a religious
Significance.
importance. Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
And
In 2006, there was
2006 they put just C4 in there.
Really?
They blew it. Yeah, ISIS did.
Really?
Yeah, they did that. So and then
That's shitty.
it is, yeah. Inside the shrine.
Really?
Who would have thought? Yes.
Oh.
Because they thought, oh, you know what? You're worshiping people other than God,
So blow it up.
so blow it up.
Wow.
It has to go. So
That's
and then a sectarian.
that's a bad thing.
Yeah, then a sectarian war started to happen, where the Shia people started to kill the Sunni on their side, and the Sunni people started to do the same.
Is that something we blame on America?
Actually, not.
No.
Some people say because America, when they invaded Iraq,
They created a vacuum where that other
Exactly.
shit grew. Yeah.
they did the thing where they let all the people become armed, like in my city, or not in my city, in whole
So
Iraq.
you could buy a gun there easily.
Buy a gun. Everyone has like an AK-47.
Everyone.
Everyone. Every
Kids-
house
kids
has
in the
at least
street.
two.
Really?
Yes,
They have bullets?
absolutely.
Okay.
So
So don't invade. No home invasions then. There's not like a whole lot of home invasion robberies.
Not really, no.
It's kind of like Texas. It's like you go into a house in
That guy.
Texas, you're gonna get shot. You go into a house in Iraq, you're probably gonna get shot a lot.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. People in there are
Armed.
I mean, armed. Yes, there's. I'm pretty sure there are more guns than people in Iraq. So.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, you see the results, so that's not a good thing at all.
But okay, here's the thing though. Driving. Is there a lot of like vehicle fights? Like let's say some guy rubs another guy. Do you just pull your AK-47 out and go, we're gonna resolve this the old-fashioned way?
Oh no, that doesn't happen. This
So
way.
not a whole lot of murders.
No, there are a lot of murders, but
Okay.
I mean in a different section because people kill.
Good
in
neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods.
Yes, but people kill there for different things, like people who have like
Milk.
inner conflicts,
Goats.
goats.
They kill for these reasons. I'm kidding. No, but like, so they have inner conflicts, like probably the religious thing.
No, not yeah, a religious thing, of course.
Yeah.
That will be always a reason. But I mean, as far as, for example, you stole my car, or not stole my car, you made a problem with my son, then this can escalate to
Right.
an AK-47
It's a bad
confrontation.
It's a bad. Okay, so let's.
Yeah.
This is okay. Now here's. We're gonna get. Okay, I got a lot of questions. But okay, so we got where you were born. Now here's really what I was getting at. Were you born in like a hospital, or like in a hut?
No, I was born in the house. Yes.
In the-
I was doing the thing where you bring the woman. and
The
she-
what?
You bring. There's like a woman in there. Every neighborhood
Okay.
who brings babies.
Okay.
That's her job.
So the
She brings like hot water and stuff like that.
and rags.
I don't know what she brings.
She's got bottled water.
But then she does that thing where she, puts the mom in the.
They do that. They do that in the States as well. It's called a midwife. A midwife. And so you were born with a midwife.
Yes, I was.
How you have brothers and sisters?
I have 4 brothers and 1 sister, and that's not a big family in Iraq.
It's tiny.
It is, yes.
Tiny, as I
In
understand.
Iraq, yes, because we have so many. Like I have an uncle who has 13 kids.
13.
Yes, my father's brother.
Out of one wife.
No,
Okay. Well, yeah.
he was.
That's cheating, though, isn't it?
He was married more than once. Yes.
More. Oh, so he didn't have like 4 at the same time.
He had 2 at the same
2
time.
at the same time.
But that's.
What is that? Is that like a headache? Because I can't imagine. I was married once to one person,
Yeah.
and that was like.
It was too much.
It was well for her, because I'm an asshole. But
we're a very different community because people and like the woman. I'm not gonna underestimate that, but they are underestimated. Yes, but I mean especially at that time.
Do the women,
Now they're not, but at that time, in my uncle's and father time when they were getting married, it was like that. The woman was like just another chair in the house. She has no opinion.
Really?
Yeah, she cannot say much.
But now she's got a little more of the.
Yeah.
She's got the credit card. She can go shopping.
Yes, and then now because girls are educated and then now they start to work and do all these things, so now they have an opinion, and also their families support them. Before they were not.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing, but the people still don't get it.
Right.
Because divorce now is higher than ever.
Is that like an AK-47 situation? Is that when the woman starts having an opinion, do you just go like, well, let me go get the gun. We're gonna take care of this opinion thing.
No, not really, no. But what happens is that now girls are more educated, so they want their opinion in the house, they want to be involved in everything. And now guys still don't get that because they still want to be the alpha male.
Sure.
Who, like, she cannot say anything in the house. And then because of that, lots and lots of divorces are happening, especially in the recent years. And I don't know.
But when you have 13 kids, like, who has to deal with that? Like in a divorce situation, it's just like,
I know someone who has 25 from 4 wives. Yeah, and the 4th one he kept like changing. Like he's married to a 4th one, he divorced her.
I've heard that.
Gets someone like that. And once one kid was playing at his house, and then he told him, "We want to sleep. Just go to your house, you know." And he was like, "I'm your son. I'm your son. You know what you're talking about." That's a real story.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the point there? What are you doing with all these kids? What I mean, like, what you blessed by
what I believe
yeah.
is, and before people used to think that as much men as you have, it's like an accomplishment.
So you get an army, you build your own little gang.
Yes. You're like stronger family, stronger tribe.
And now it's like the kind of the division of wealth. You can't really feed all.
Yeah, now with the whole hard work thing, and people are into different stuff. Before you just like had a house, and then you build around that. You build like rooms and stuff like that. Everyone with this, and they just get married and work whatever their father is working. But now people don't do that anymore. People are more modern.
So
it's different.
Okay, is this just modernization of the country? Do you think was this happening under the Saddam thing, or was that America's freedom, or what?
Under the Saddam period, in the 80s, it was amazing, because in the 80s Iraq was in war with Iran for like 8 years.
Okay.
And but during that time, the economy was at its best, because Iraq was supported by the whole world. Like America and Russia,
because
maybe
we
it
wanted
was the
to
only
not
time.
have Iran
Yes.
blow shit up,
Yeah.
so we basically were like giving Iraq money and,
Exactly.
hooking it up.
Yes, so
There you
the economy was very strong and at that time. So the 80s was like a golden period.
So then when America turned the faucet off, that put the squeeze on Saddam.
No, he invaded Kuwait, and then shit went down. Yeah.
Next question: what types of things did you do as a kid? What was it like growing up Iraqi?
It's just like another kid, I guess. Because
see, from America, let me give you an example.
Give me.
Right? I had toys.
Yeah.
I'd play with them. I would take them apart and break them. I had one sister. I would try to play with her. We would play games with her dolls and stuff. I had a bicycle. I would ride it to school, ride it to the library. Read a lot of books.
To be fair,
I would dig a lot. Like kites.
Yeah.
Anything electronics.
play in the dirt, right?
Yeah. I would put together. My mom would buy stuff from IKEA, and I would put that together. That was pretty cool.
Really?
Robots, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Built an airplane once out of I'll stop there. So like that's like kind of a typical Tom Sawyer. I feel like America has a pretty good, like everyone in the world has a pretty good idea on what American childhoods are like. If you see the movie like E.T. or Home Alone, or you get like kind of pieces of. Like,
but it's different now, isn't it? Like people now like just do iPads. I mean that's like everywhere, right?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it's different now. Like kids don't get outside as much, but they do. They get into trouble for sure.
And I'm not a very good example, to be honest with you, because when I was a kid, my dad was a wealthy man.
Okay.
He was a big merchant.
But there's rich people in the United States too.
Yeah, but I mean, he was getting me stuff from outside, and toys and stuff like that, because he was traveling.
So not everybody had your privileged kind of upbringing.
When I was a kid, I was absolutely more privileged. I would say that.
How would you recognize that in other? Like, would you go to a special school, or did you?
Not really. My school was the same because learning was free in Iraq.
But you had
Still
shoes.
Yes, I had better clothes. I someone drive me to
golden
school.
watches and hit the Rolex. You're like 6 years old, rocking up, being like, "This is a."
No, but I will tell you something that was really privileged. My brother was 14 and he was driving, so he was getting me to school.
Like a tractor, or?
No, he was driving a Caprice. What was it called? Caprice?
Caprice, yeah, like the police cars.
The
Yeah.
The one that has the seats in the front. The whole thing.
The bench.
Yeah. He was driving this one. So he was 14 and he was driving it. So
That's not illegal.
it is very illegal.
Okay.
Yes. And but I mean, no one messes up with my
But
dad.
no
He's
one.
the big
Okay,
man.
so your dad. So they knew the Caprice.
Yes.
Or they just knew that if there was a Caprice, not to pull it over.
No, basically, if they stop him, he just has to say. I mean, it's a small city,
His
right?
name.
He just has to say, "I'm the son of this guy," and then they will let him go.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it?
I don't know. That could be really bad too. That'll fuck you up for the rest of your life. Because now you get pulled over and you're just like, "Hey, my dad's," and they're just kind of like, "Yeah, here's your ticket."
And say hi to your dad.
Yeah, say hi to your dad. Thanks for, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into that.
I'm not a very good example.
You're not a good
of
example. So you had a privileged, fun, you know. Did you?
I was traveling a lot. I was going to Jordan, like to Istanbul, stuff like that. But I mean, not many other countries at that time, because my dad had like commitments in there. But
Okay.
I had a good childhood until you know, I was like 17.
What happened? What happened at 17?
I got back to Iraq, and then it was like the worst teenage years ever.
What time period are we talking about?
We're talking about 2003 till 2000.
So well after Desert Storm, well after Saddam, well after all that.
Yeah, after it's all done.
Yeah.
And
the country's kind of like whatever.
it wasn't messed up.
It wasn't.
When I went there, it was at times when you just go by the edge, the Humvees, and you just say hi. You know, the Americans will wave at you. It was all friendly at the time.
Okay, so did you have any experiences with American soldiers during some sort of like occupational or any interaction with American soldiers while you were, I guess, a teenager in Iraq?
Oh, I had so many.
Okay.
Like so many. First, at the beginning, we were like just seeing them in the market, in the main market of the place, and they were just walking there because there was no danger at that time.
There was no danger.
Yeah, I mean they were prepared, but I mean there was no real incidents where they were killing Americans. You know.
Okay.
At that time they were just walking.
When was this?
That was at the beginning of 2004.
Okay.
But then at the end of 2004, shit started to get real. Like
what happened?
What happened is I think it started in Fallujah, and they blew a Humvee and they just hanged the soldiers. Do you remember this incident?
Yeah.
They did a very horrible thing in there,
Fuck.
and then it all started to go down. All the soldiers were angry and they started to shoot people, and then people started to fight, and all these things started to go up and down, and then people started going, you know what, we can shoot them. While they are there, we have weapons.
Everybody's got a fucking AK.
And everyone has weapons. And
so there you go.
At the time, there was like a lot more weapons than like the RPGs were just like. I'll tell you how cheap they were. RPG 7 was worth $70.
$70?
Yeah.
For an RPG 7.
For an RPG 7.
I don't even know what that is. Is that like the iPhone
An
7?
RPG.
It's just better than the 6, but you're waiting for the 8 to come out? I don't know.
The RPG is the one that you.
Rocket.
The rocket launcher.
Yeah. Rocket propelled grenade, I think RPG, is what that is. Okay, so
machine guns.
$70 gets you. Well, still, that's a lot. You know.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking if I'm an Iraqi. What's the word there? Is it Iraqi?
Iraqi. Yes.
Okay, so let's say you're an Iraqi person. What's your income a week?
At that time,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Okay.
Like people at the beginning, everyone was bringing cars from.
So you could afford an RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
See, I couldn't. I'd be like, $70 bucks, I would really have to like, really be upset.
How much is a fancy dinner in America?
I like $70. I don't do that
well,
either.
There you go.
Like Chipotle, more like a fast food.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll take, you remember that time we went out and I paid? We were at a gas station.
Oh yeah.
That's a true story.
It's really bad.
And then every single time you paid, we were not at a gas station. All right, let's move on from how poor I am. So all right, so there's conflict, there's and then shit started to get ugly and real with
yeah.
the
So then they started to become. I mean, that's the normal reaction. They start to be not very friendly. Right?
They're more suspicious.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they're more get on the ground.
You cannot get close to them by the car, all this stuff.
Right.
And then at that time when we were seeing them in the market, like we can have a chat. That's normal. And especially when they see someone who speaks English in there, they're like.
So they would chat with you. But
they would chat.
But then later they were just kind of like, why is this guy talking to me?
Then you cannot even talk to them unless they decide to talk to you.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have many incidents. I mean, do you want to hear the dangerous ones or the just normal ones?
Just give me a like a mix. Like give me like the most dangerous and then like the more common. Because I'm imagining that the dangerous ones were kind of like rare. It wasn't like every day your life wasn't in danger.
Yeah, I remember the first time I really got scared from the American soldiers. We were in at that time.
How old were you?
At that time I was like 18 or something.
Okay, so you're 18.
Yeah. And then I was
full beard.
Absolutely. I had
13. You had a full beard.
Oh my god. So at that time I was in a network saver. Is it called network saver? The thing where you go and to have access to the internet.
Oh, like a
cyber.
Yeah, like a cyber cafe.
A cyber cafe, yes.
Yeah.
So I was in the market and I was in there in the cyber cafe, and then someone I think shoot at the Americans inside the market.
Whoa.
And he came to our side.
Okay.
To we didn't see him, but it was kind of a V-shaped thing, or a U-shape actually.
All right.
I think so. I didn't see him. We were in a corner. And then they came running, and then they came running, and it looked scary.
Yeah.
Because they were pointing guns at everyone, and then they came and they put the thing in front of my face, and they were like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "No." And the weirdest thing happened is because my friend who was sitting with me, the one that you met, Muhammad. So he was sitting, and they told him, "I know you speak English." I don't know why, but it just happened. They told him, "I know you speak English."
Was it the American flag on his T-shirt?
I don't know. I don't know how they figured this out. Okay. I have no idea. But they told him, not me. They told him, "I know you speak English very well, so just tell us where did the dude go." It's like, I have no idea. I didn't see anything.
Did you really not see anything? Or were you
yeah, we didn't really see anything. I mean,
I don't fucking believe you. Just kidding.
We're just siding by our people.
Right.
That's natural. Right.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. Let me see if I put that hat on. Dude puts a gun in my face. I guess if I saw the guy,
you would say
yeah, absolutely. You would. You'd be like, I'd shit my pants. I'd be like, fucking, he went that way.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't lie and be like, he went. I wouldn't be that quick.
Yeah.
I would just, yeah, fuck.
That was at the beginning when they were only going like in the markets and stuff, and then the real stuff started to happen where they started to come and take your house.
Wow.
And they would have a paper that's written in Arabic because they assume most people they don't speak English.
Fair enough.
So they come to you, they show you a paper where it says, "We're taking your house. You will get in the kitchen or in one room, and you cannot go out." All right.
Fair enough.
So but when they see that we speak English, is when they kind of
mellow out a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So they start to chat a lot.
So communication is the key.
I think so. Yeah, when they see someone who speaks English, they will directly assume he's been outside Iraq, so he's been more educated and stuff like that. And and a little chat stuff. So they will take the house, and but they will take it anyways.
Right.
I mean, not like chatting will get them out. No.
Right. But there's no discussion. It's just kind of like, oh, good, we can understand each other. Now I'll get in the room.
Yeah. No, they will let you hang out, and then,
okay.
like you can go to the kitchen, you can go to this one. Yeah, but I mean,
what do you do with the AK? I mean, they show up.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, I know they know. I mean, everybody knows now that we all have AK-47s.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they walk in and they go, "Where's your gun?" And you go, "Oh, it's over there." And they go, "Okay, don't touch it," or.
No, they will keep you actually in a room where you don't have the AK with you.
Makes sense.
But usually, yeah, they will be very careful. Like they will tell you to show them where is it. Like they will not let you bring it or something,
right.
Of course. So they will tell you to show them where is it, and then they will confiscate.
They'll set it down. Will they give it back to you when they leave?
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
They will. They do no harm.
So like $25 gets you another one anyway. So
yes, absolutely.
It's not like a big deal.
It is, but I mean, at the beginning you can have like 2 or 3. That's normal. But then they limit it to 1 or maximum 2 if it's like a.
If you got a big family.
3
if you have
families.
7 sons. Yeah, if 3 families living in one house, you can have.
Yeah, something like that.
That's fair enough.
So.
I guess. What about RPGs?
No, RPGs you cannot. Absolutely.
That's $70 down the toilet.
Yeah, you cannot. You cannot have an RPG. You cannot have an RPG. But I mean, some people had like the guns that are different. Not the clock one. The one that can go through the shield. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, it's like armor-piercing bullet type stuff?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay.
So these ones were big trouble.
Yeah.
And some people just had them, like...
You go wolf hunting, that's the...
Yeah, but then these people were like in trouble when they do that, and...
Well, because, you know...
Yeah, so this is when they started to come to our house.
Okay.
Because we had like a
So
big
give
house.
me the example of they came to your house, like the first time they came to your house. They kick the door in, or they knock on it, or they ring the bell?
It was a surprise, because they jumped. We had a big house with like 2 gardens on the front and on the side, so they were like in them already.
So they're just in the garden?
They were in the garden, like we didn't know. We were in the house, beside the house. And then my mom was going out from the kitchen, because the kitchen has a door outside, and she was going out from the kitchen to bring something, I don't know what is it. And then when she opened the door, she found things on her face.
She's got a couple tomatoes in her hands, and just squeezes them, like, what do you do?
I don't know what she was doing outside, honestly. I'm still suspicious to
Okay.
But I mean, yes, she's going out, and then she found them in front of her, so they were pointing guns, and they were like, and she just kept saying, wait, that's the only thing that she knew how to say. Wait, that's it, that's all she kept saying, and then we heard that, and then they were shouting.
That was terrifying.
It was like, get inside, blah, blah, blah. And then we came out, and then we started to talk to them. The thing is that you really get used to the fact that there's a gun pointed at you.
Really?
Yes. You did. Like, I remember, yes, my mom was scared, but when we came out, there were like 4 people pointing the machine gun at us. But we just came out and we started talking to them. Like, you get used to it.
Because it's normal at that point.
It is normal, yes.
How many years, how long does it take to get used to a gun being pointed at you?
I would say months.
A couple months.
Couple of months, and then you get used to it.
Okay.
It's like, it's like the power of adaptation. You know, in Iraq.
Because you're just kind of like, well, they're probably not going to shoot me, so I'm probably going to be okay. And then so you're just like not afraid of it?
It's like, it's like, you know, it's a normal thing because they are also
always
afraid. They're prepared or afraid or whatever.
They're always pointing guns at you anyway.
They would, whatever. Yeah. So you get used to it. Like, if you see someone in Dubai holding a gun, you will be scared shitless because that's not...
Nobody has a gun out here.
Yeah, because nobody has guns here, and if you see the gun, that means there is a real things going on.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot someone.
Yeah.
He's not gonna carry the gun and walk with it.
Right.
But in Iraq, because it's such a normal thing,
yeah,
it became like, I guess, Brazil.
Kind of like the Wild West. Like if everybody had a gun on the side, it wasn't like a big to do. But I don't know. I still think someone pointing a gun at you is it does give you pause. Like, you wouldn't walk into the room and just be like, you guys want some tea? Would you guys, I'm gonna put a pot of coffee on and just make some tea real quick. I mean, it's kind of like, well, let's talk about some stuff before I put that coffee on.
The good part is that when you talk with them a little bit, they will let you hold the gun.
Really?
Yeah, but without that.
Right, so they take the bullets, that makes sense.
Yeah, they'll take the bullets, but they'll let you carry it. So you talk to them a little bit, and then they find you friendly, and then you're like, can I check that out? And they're like, sure.
Oh, wow.
They know everyone is like into guns and stuff.
Yeah, guns are cool.
That's a normal thing in there.
That is a fact.
But yeah, the thing is that because you see people getting shot. So when you see people getting shot, it becomes a very normal thing to find a gun pointed at you. As long as it's not shooting,
right?
Then it's a good thing. It is not a very pleasant situation.
No, I can't imagine.
It is not very pleasant.
No.
Like I have.
Do you ever wake up at night just going, oh fuck, oh thank God I'm here now?
I had nightmares because I sometimes there were like nights where there's a curfew.
Right.
At that time, there's a curfew. Like you cannot go out after 10 p.m. No way you can go out. You will be shot if you go out.
Okay.
So.
Do people go out? The bad guys? Or is it just...
Oh yeah, the bad guys will be out.
The bad guys still sneaking around and
absolutely, yeah. So sometimes there is like a confrontation close to your house, and you just hear the whole thing. The blowing up, the whole...
Do you get under your bed, or do you get in the bathtub, or what's the deal there?
No, actually, just keep waiting. You're laying on your bed and you just keep waiting until it's over, then you sleep.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets like really heavy stuff, like heavy bombing, heavy stuff like that, and you just sit and wait for it to end. But I mean, the part is that at that time, when it started to happen, these stuff, and very close to you, is when my father decided to teach me how to shoot with the AK-47 because I didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
So he decided,
that's a skill you would need. It's kind of like zombie apocalypse time.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna have to know how to do shit you normally.
Yeah. Because this is when he said, okay, you know what? You might find
yourself in a situation, right?
Where you are in the room and there's someone in the house.
Right.
So you have to, So I had an AK under my bed too.
There you go.
After I learned.
Loaded, oiled,
and ready. Actually, I had one that is called RBK. Do you know what is the difference?
Nope.
It has a bigger, what is that? The thing that you put on your shoulder.
Oh,
the stand,
the butt.
The
butt of the gun.
butt?
That's what they call it.
Okay.
They call it the butt.
The butt, yeah. So it had a bigger butt.
It had a bigger butt.
It was a Kardashian. It was a Kardashian machine gun.
The Kardashian AK. Fantastic. All right. So you got one. Oh, gangster. No worries.
I didn't put it silent.
It's okay. All right. So.
Yeah. So I was telling you about the adaptation.
Right.
There is a point where, like, we had a big yard, like a big empty yard in front of our house, and there was like few football fields.
Really?
Yeah, like not real football fields.
Right.
It's like sand.
Sand, right. But the space was there.
Yeah, there is like the thing, the goal.
The goal, yeah. All right.
And they make it like straight and stuff.
Yeah.
They straighten. Sometimes we were playing with the Americans' tanks.
Tanks?
Yeah, like 100 meters away from us.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're playing soccer or football?
Yeah, football. We're playing football. let's make sure we say.
And there's American tanks there.
Yes. And the thing is that if they get shot, which is a possibility.
Right, someone
like by an
shoots
RPG.
Right.
And some people, they will just want to annoy them.
Right.
They will get an AK-47 from one of the, side roads or something like that.
Sure.
They will just shoot and run. You will be shot. Like, they will shoot us for sure.
Just
yeah, because it's a danger. It's a danger.
Right. Safety first. That's what I always say. Safety first. Those kids playing baseball. No, that's yeah. So what did at some point though, your parents, did they just go stay in the house?
No, it's when we had a car bomb when they decided to.
That's the car bomb was the thing. Tell me about.
Was the red line?
This was an assassination attempt on the life of your father.
Yes.
Okay. And you what happened? Walk me through a car bomb situation. Or that experience.
I was going to school, actually.
Going to school?
It was because I was 1 year, I was like 18 years, because I was 1 year delayed. It was my last year in school.
It's like high school?
It's high school, yes.
Some people getting ready for prom.
12th grade, absolutely.
12th grade.
And I was going to school, and because of my dad position at that time, we knew like there is some sort of, there might be some people who want like to kidnap or kill or something like that.
Right.
So we had a driver. There is a threat, yes.
Yeah.
So there is a driver, and there is a security guy with us, or he just coming with us.
Okay.
So he's just one of the
driver,
guys.
security guy.
And we are three: me, my brother, my cousin. We were going to school.
On our way to
and
school.
It's just like we left the house, and like 200 meters away, there is this little truck, and it had like a Toyota truck. And it had like. Lettuce on it.
Lettuce?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Like a lot of lettuce.
Yeah, and then I was surprised, like, why would this stop here? Because this is a neighborhood, like it's not a market.
Right, we're not selling lettuce here.
We're not, yeah.
No one's buying your lettuce.
So why is it there? So once we crossed the lettuce, the thing, it just, you don't actually hear anything, but you just feel it.
Really?
Yeah, you just feel a huge pressure.
Really?
Like a huge pressure that is on you.
Wow.
And actually at that point I realized, like, if someone dies in a car bomb, they will not feel it. They absolutely will not feel it, because my cousin who was sitting next to me, he had his fingers cut, he had two big things in his thighs, and like shatters from the thing, and he didn't feel anything. Yeah, he didn't feel anything at all. And yeah, the driver died.
He was just kind of like, where are my fingers? And I'm all fucked up. But he didn't.
Because of the pressure, he just laid down on me, and I had blood all over my body.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I didn't know what was going on. So like the first, you act in like 2 seconds or something.
Right.
The car was going down in some sort of a hill, and then my brother left, and then I jumped directly from the car, and I still didn't know what was going on.
Right.
You just feel the pressure, and you smoke. You don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't smell the smoke. You smell the fire. Do you know how that feels?
No.
Absolutely.
No, I've been to a couple campfires, and wherever I sit around the campfire, the smoke always kind of finds me. So I'm moving around the campfire, and the smoke is just blowing at me. So I kind of know what you're talking about, but not really. You know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to relate to this.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to be able to.
You don't feel the smoke, you feel the fire, you smell the fire.
Wow.
I don't know how to explain that to you, but you smell it.
Okay.
And then I was running away from it, and then my cousin stayed in the car with the driver and the security guy. Yeah, so it happened this way. The driver died.
Oh.
The security and my cousin had like very bad injuries.
Yeah.
And I'm fine. Nothing happened.
So you're good.
I'm good. Nothing happened to me at all. I lost hearing in my right ear for like 2 days, but that was the worst part.
So 2 days. Hearing.
For 2 days I didn't hear in
It's
my
just like.
right ear. It was more
nothing,
like I need to turn around to hear you well. Be like if you talk from here, it's like not very clear.
I know what that's like.
Do you?
Not really. Now, one time, let me tell you this terrible story.
Okay.
A couple days ago, I had my the earbuds for the cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay. I was in the car.
Okay.
And I was using them to talk on the phone, and I took them out of my ears, and I don't know where I put them. I get back up into the house. I looked everywhere, tore the couch apart, went under the bed. Just looked everywhere. Looked at places that it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Then I was like, they're in the car. So I go down the car. I look under the seat. I look everywhere. Could not find my headphones anywhere. You know what I mean? And then...
And you felt like you lost hearing?
I thought I lost my headphones.
Okay.
And then I opened the sunglasses case to get my sunglasses out. There they were. 2 days later. 2 days I was looking for these things, and there they were, my sunglasses. So I kind of have no idea what you're talking about.
So yeah, but we have a similarity in the 2 days.
Yeah.
But I lost hearing. I didn't lose mine.
I know what you're saying. And I feel like, dude, I'm just not gonna be able to relate to that.
Yeah. So this is when that was like, okay, you have to.
I hear these stories, right?
Yeah.
But mostly through Hollywood TV. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, as like an American person who grew up in the society that I grew up in, you see like these John McClane types. Getting shot at, pulling wires and out of there, using the wire from something to pick a lock. It's just kind of like you just go like, oh yeah, if you're like Fast and the Furious, like they're walking along the edge of the plane and it's blowing up and they jump and they bounce off of 3 cars and the dude lands on his feet and was just like, whoa, that wasn't, so you get this wrong idea on how dangerous things really are. You know what I mean? But I have no way to really all I can do is just sit here in amazement, really, that you went through that, and to hear the stories is just intense and humbling in its own respect, in its own right. You know what I mean? But the Iraq war situation for me was a newspaper, and it was a list of names of people, and I met some soldiers. I was living in Las Vegas for a while, and I met some soldiers, and they were great. Everyone had everything nice to say about the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one had anything negative to say. There was a little sentiment of, there were a couple people, that had lost some friends and stuff, and they were kind of like, just blow the whole fucking thing up, and who gives a shit?
Angry, of course.
Yeah, they were just like, just there's not,
kill everyone.
It's sand, just drop a bomb and be done with it. And to those people, I would kind of just go, look, you're going through some stuff, and I'm not going to say anything to you because you're going to, be very upset. So, but in that same respect, I meet people like you from Iraq, who would be in that group of people that would, disappear.
Absolutely.
And that's just shitty. So I don't agree with erasing an entire population, but I mean, I don't know.
I think it's very easy. It's very easy to judge when you're behind the screen.
Yeah.
Right? It's very easy. You just can say, fuck it.
Armchair, yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
It takes. Just don't want this. But it's when you're living in there. It's when you're in that situation.
Yeah.
You just say, you know what? Well, I deserve to live too.
Right.
Right. So it's not just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then this is where it was.
But there's some people in Iraq that are like gearing up to blow up America.
Absolutely.
And they're like mad at me and shit.
Yeah.
What did I
You think people are mad only at Americans? Dude, there were people mad at us, and we are part of them.
Right.
They're trying to kill us.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, they were.
So you're like an absolutely good target.
Yeah.
Fact. Yeah, you're a good person to kidnap in Dubai while no one.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Because I feel kind of safe here.
Yeah,
you go to the mall, you see the fountains, you're just kind of like, you go to the Cheesecake Factory, you're like, fuck, the same shit's on the menu.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's just in dirhams. Alright, so, next question.
But what if I want to do it? Like, if I want to take
If you wanted to take
hand you to ISIS.
That would be a thing. Let's walk through that scenario.
How much you worth? This is what I want to know.
Quite a bit.
Because they have a price.
Quite a bit, especially if you did like a Kickstarter.
I have to tell them you're not a comedian. That's
wow, really? Like there is a price for Americans? How much is an American worth to ISIS? Like what do they pay out on that?
Like
I might turn
how
myself.
much they can. How much
A
they
lot
can.
of debt, man. I got a lot of credit card debt. This might be a way to.
I think they look at it as how much they can get in return. Like how much they can negotiate for you.
It wouldn't be that much.
So.
American Express has a vested interest in keeping me alive, just because they keep making that monthly payment. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know of too many. I mean, my parents would be like, "Oh, you got taken." That's a shame. Pretty much. I mean, they'd be upset, but then they were kind of like, "Well, we told them not to go. You wanted to see the tallest building." We got pictures of that on the internet. There's no reason not actually make it in. But if I were kidnapped, I honestly think, dude, that I would fight. Let me tell you this. Here's a true story. All right. Yeah. The other day, I'm in the shower. Okay.
That's all.
I'm in the shower. Anna Marie comes into the bathroom. Okay. She starts making some noise over by the sink. Yeah. Like, oh, bleak, cleaning my face, whatever. And I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, girl. I'm gonna wash my hair. So I'm washing my hair, and you got the soap in your hair, so I close my eyes, right? And I hear her leave the bathroom, and I'm just like, okay, she left. And I'm washing my hair, put my head back in the thing, wash the thing. And I look up, and she's standing like right here in the shower. Like what happened was she'd taken her clothes off, right? She gets into the shower all the noise I hear. I think she's leaving, but she's actually getting into the shower, and she's standing. Like I just opened my eyes. And she's like there, and I literally, my brain just couldn't understand what was happening. It was like a ghost.
Did you feel like you wanted to hit her or something?
No. What happened was, it was slow motion, okay? I had my hands up like this, and I just went like, whoa, and my brain started processing who she was, and as soon as I realized it was her, I was kind of like, like that, that release, and you get that whole like, But I mean, like, I don't know if it was an Iraqi dude with a knife. I don't think my reaction would have been like anything but violence, because it wasn't, it was kind of like, oh, what you, So yeah, so that's as close as I've come.
But enough scary.
To being kidnapped.
Enough scary movies will get you thinking that her face will turn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what I think now is the knowledge of knowing what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when an airplane was hijacked in the 1980s, there was a long ordeal. Prisoners were released or they weren't released, but people got out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas when planes get hijacked now, there's that expectation of we're all going to die anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so these 3 dudes are going to die first. You know, and then hopefully the pilot, maybe he can land it. You know, but I do not see a hijack happening ever in the United States. Like, it would be a death sentence to anyone to stand up in an airplane and go, "Listen up, everybody." It's like, dude, at that moment, there are people stabbing him with their iPhones. You know what I mean? Just breaking the glass and just cutting the dude open. Just like, let's do the autopsy now. You know, this is how he died. He just, you know, because like it just, you know, that's where the world is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where the sentiment is. But so as far as being kidnapped, not a concern. Because I want to think Rambo instincts would kick in.
So you're not worth much. That's the
other thing.
That's the point of it.
What I'm saying is the amount of trouble I would cause versus the amount of money they could get would not be worth it. Anyway, all right. So when did you decide, your family and all that, to just kind of like go, oh, okay, maybe this isn't for us. We should just leave Iraq for a while.
It's directly after the car bomb thing, except for my dad, because we have a thing that is called the pride, like you know, they're like the Arabic pride.
Sure.
And then when people just have a thing that is personal now, they have to end it. And this is where my dad decided this is personal. I have to finish it, you know. Okay. And then he sent us, all of us, and then like there are like many incidents that happened before that. Like there were sniper shooting, car side bombs. Is that
sure,
car side bombs, like mines and stuff like that. And they're like
many attempts on his life.
Yes.
But he's just like, I have this car wash business, and these cars need to be washed. That's what he was doing. He's running like a car wash. And he's like, look, guys.
No, actually, at that time he was like the mayor of the city.
Okay, so that's a little more important.
Yeah, and they decided that he's the target.
So there you go.
Because it was like there was no security, there was no one who is running anything in there. There was like even no department for electricity. Okay. He was the department.
He was the Department of Electricity.
Yes, and
the water.
And the water and everything.
Okay.
He signs everything.
So your dad had a stamp probably, and he's just signing things with his.
Yeah, remember the king with the ring, the candle thing,
the wax, just
the wax and
pressing the seal.
He was the king.
Perfect. Perfect. So that's fun for a while. What did he eventually go? You know what? I am the king, but let's go be the king of something else.
He decided that when they put like 3 rockets, and they did a car bomb with the 3. You know.
So they shot 3 rockets.
No, they put 3 rockets in one truck.
In one truck.
And they put it next to the house and they blew it.
Jesus.
And then they figured out later on that there were some security guys who were involved in that. So I was like, okay, the security guys are in it too.
Okay.
So I'm out.
Was that an ISIS thing?
Yes, absolutely.
So ISIS was gunning for Pops.
Yes. At the beginning, they were like, "Oh no, you're a good man. You're from the city. You know, you're Sunni. You're not Shia. So we're not gonna target you."
Right.
So, but then they decided, "Oh, no, that's not gonna happen." You know, you're part of the government that we hate, and we're gonna kill you.
Did someone replace him when he left?
For a while, no one did, because then the army came. The Iraqi army came, and they started to run the city because it.
Were they any good at it?
No.
No.
It's still crap,
Makes
basically,
sense.
until now. That was like 10 years ago.
Right.
And then until now, the city is still crap. Like it's like full of militias, full of like, you know.
Can you order a pizza in the city?
No, absolutely not.
So that's pretty much the definition.
Yeah, you cannot.
If you cannot order pizza, why? You know, what are we really doing here?
Basically, even like the time.
Why do people stay?
They have no other choice.
Okay.
Like they don't have lots of. not everyone can go out. Like it takes a lot, and I kind of feel, because I'm one of the people who've been there, I kind of feel for the people who are, like, for example, in Syria, because it takes a lot for them, for the unknown. You know, the unknown is very difficult. Like, sell everything and let's leave.
Who do you sell it to?
I don't know who buys that.
You know, you get a bunch of rags. Yeah, I mean, gold bars, I can understand.
Yeah.
You know, that's like one of those, don't show anyone this. Like, here, put this heavy brick. You know, but the other stuff, like the pots and pans, or whatever, never mind. That's a retarded line of questioning. Okay, so
this is when we decided to leave.
So when someone puts a bunch of rockets next to your house and blows the house up, that's when you're like, you know what? There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. A lot of, you know, if it was just a couple bullet holes, we would just go like this, paint it. But this is a total remodel. We just did the kitchen. We're a little sick of it. Let's move out of here.
Yeah, that's this one and the one before it, when a security guy blew himself up.
Okay.
On like 10 feet away from me.
When a security guy did a suicide bomb situation. Yes. Yeah, that would freak me out, I guess. I did tell you the story about the headphones, right? Okay. So then you moved to Bulgaria.
We moved to Syria first.
Syria.
Then here, then Bulgaria. Yeah, Syria was nice.
Really?
Actually, yeah, at that time it was beautiful. I love this country. People are very friendly. Social life is amazing in there. Everything is cheap. So cheap.
Cool.
Just like Bulgaria. And this is, I don't know why, but I really like those cities where you can do so much for so less.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's always
quality of life is just higher. The
Yes.
more things you can afford, the quality. Like if you can afford to go out and get a drink, then you go out more and you have more fun.
Absolutely.
If you cannot afford this, then life is not as good.
Yeah. So this is when this is at the time when my dad was like rewarded for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So he became an ambassador.
Okay.
And then he left. He went out from Iraq, and then he started to go from country to country.
As an ambassador.
As an ambassador, yes.
That's
Iraq.
cool.
And it was good. And but he was kind of old, like, you know, like old in his age. But so at the time when he was in Bulgaria in 2013, end of 2014, when he was 63 already. So he has to go to retirement.
Yeah.
So he retired.
So that's fun.
But it was good. It was really good. Like when you go as, I had the diplomatic passport for like 2 years.
So is that like a shorter line at the airport?
It's some countries they will give you a privilege when you have a diplomatic passport. As an Iraqi with a diplomatic
Is that like a
passport.
blowjob? What does that mean? Like you show up and they're just like, yo,
they will give
diamonds. Oh, thank you.
They'll give you a visa faster, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. They will give you better treatment in the airport. You can go to the honor hall. What is it called?
Like a first class lounge, or
like a lounge where the important people go.
Okay.
So you can get that.
So
but in Europe, not much. No, it will not buy you a lot of things. No.
All right.
You're just like another dude.
Fair enough. Okay, so how long have you watched the Gradual Report? When did that happen?
Oh yeah. So the Gradual Report, I was here in Dubai. It was 2008, I think.
2008. That's when I started.
Yeah.
So you've been watching the Gradual Report since I started.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I was watching. So there was this guy, Ray William Johnson, right? So he was very famous at that time. He was one of the few who were like very famous vloggers, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he did a show called Equals 3.
Equals 3, yeah. So he was very famous at that time, and my brother was watching him, and my other brother told me, check out this dude.
Me.
And then I said, I was like, why isn't this guy famous?
Why isn't this guy famous?
And this is what I didn't get, because I found your sense of humor a lot more fun.
That's
honestly, because Ray William Johnson, all he does is like make fun of videos, and I don't find that entertaining. You're creative.
Thank you.
You're a real comedian.
Thank you. Oh, stop it. Stop.
So I like it.
So really? Tell me more about me. Okay.
And then I kept watching you since then.
Yeah. Wow. And then randomly,
and that's the weirdest thing ever. It's like, and then you were in Dubai.
Yeah, and I was in Dubai.
Here.
He's here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The guy is here.
I gotta say, you have an amazing story, an amazing life. I wish you nothing but the best in the future. Here's side note. You know the neighborhood.
Do you have a final summation for this?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I mean, just in the dialogue, the final summation of this interview. Here, let's do one of these. Final summation. The end result here is that we're human beings. It just goes to show you that we're all just people. You know, some situations are more extreme. I certainly never went through anything like that. I'd say 99% of the time. It's only when people stop treating people like human beings. Because I think the real problem with like terror or anything like that is you start seeing human beings as a commodity. You know, kind of like, if I murder these people, that will get this message across, or something like that. Or like even in industry, like if you start seeing people instead of as people, but you start seeing them as hours, or you know, the kids making the iPhones, or anything like that. Anytime you start treating people not like people, you start treating them like robots in a factory line, or you start treating them as like terrorist commodity chips, like that. Then you start getting into that guy's a bad person. So I think as long as you treat people like human beings, I think most people do that anyway, because there's that empathy thing that we just connect with. We connect with robots. I'm starting to watch a lot of robotic stuff. Yeah. And apparently, if you give it eyebrows, people will be like, "Oh, he's smiling at me." It's like no lips, just happy. I don't know what that's about, but I'm excited for the future.
Wow.
Especially.
I'm not.
No?
Yeah, I think the future will be. See, that's the future.
That's a robot. Yeah, there you go.
I think the future will be just more of less social life. I'm more interested about the social, concept of human beings, and I think the more we get modern, the less we become social. People now just don't bother anymore.
I don't know, dude, because you're from Iraq and I'm from America, and here we are sitting at a table having a conversation.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't know why it's not going silent.
It's okay.
What the hell is that?
I don't. What I'm saying is,
yes, we are. It's easier to connect.
The socialness is changing. We're now more electronic. We're now superhuman social. We don't have 3,000 friends on Facebook that we keep in touch with on a daily basis because they post pictures. You know what I mean? I may not reach out and talk to Dustin, but I've seen pictures of every single one of his kids' birthdays. You know what I mean?
But how many of them are your real friends that you can count on?
All of them, dude.
All of them?
All of them. Let's put it this way. I would consider you a real friend that I can count on. You know what I mean? Like when I needed to register a car here, I called you and we registered the car. And we barely knew each other.
Yeah.
That was so dangerous.
That was so dangerous.
But
not as dangerous as a car bomb thing.
No,
it's close.
Not nearly. Well.
So I would register a car on my name. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Car bomb? That's not gonna reach there, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of, but no, it wouldn't happen. But what I'm getting at is
social life.
I tend to live more socially. You know what I mean? Like I'll stay at people's houses that I've never met before on the internet just to see how they live or whatever. And sometimes they don't have hot water. And I'm just
I mean, don't you think it's because you're a celebrity or something?
Celebrity?
Yeah.
Well, that's true, right? So people are more, let's put it this way. When I go to stay with someone, they know me for several years, but I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
I just trust
them. So to you, it's a total stranger.
For me, it's a total stranger. But for them, there's websites like couchsurfing.com, ride sharing. There's ways to not necessarily be a celebrity online, but to have like a profile on Couchsurfing, and people see like, oh yeah, he didn't murder those people. He's probably not going to murder me, So I think it's just changing the social. I don't think we're becoming less social. I think we're becoming super social. I would argue.
Okay.
That would be my argument.
Okay, that's Fair enough, I guess.
Certainly, we'll just agree to disagree. You come from an area where they shoot and bomb people, so maybe for you it's less social. But, wow. All right. I think we've got it. I think we've got